Welcome to today's QA podcast, how to enforce food quality compliance at every point along your supply chain with innovative safety chain management technologies. Joining us today is 30-year food industry veteran Dan Burnkoff, SafetyChain Software's Vice President of Food Safety and Quality Applications, and Barbara Levin, SafetyChain Senior Vice President of Marketing and Customer Community and a frequent author and speaker on food safety technologies. Welcome, Barbara and Dan.
Hello, thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Heather.
Dan, there's been so much focus in the news recently on food safety issues, which is of course always the top priority in the food and beverage industry, but SafetyChain focuses on both safety and quality. So tell us what you see as some of the key compliance challenges that food quality professionals face today.
As quality professionals know, the science of quality incorporates many observations and measurements resulting in data in its analysis. All of these tasks are driven to accomplish predictable consistency in products that are demanded by customer and consumer acceptance at every purchase opportunity. And so the big challenge is not only defining quality attributes, but ensuring that everyone in your supply chain understands how to execute their responsibilities to comply with your quality standards and being able to enforce this compliance in a timely manner. There's been a lot of news about food safety recently, and we know that many companies' doors have shut due to these food safety issues. But food quality programs drive product consistency. It is why consumers purchase the product again and again. Quality can make or break a brand and its potential for profitability. For example, consumers go to their favorite restaurant chains no matter where they are, on vacation or a business trip, because they know that a bite of steak or chicken or French fry will be consistent and meet their expectations. Quality management is a daunting challenge and one where technology can make a strong impact.
So Dan, what are some of the areas in which technology can support quality compliance?
There are many ways. Some have been in practice for years while others are emerging innovations. We know that a product's quality is defined by the development of measurable quality attributes that ultimately lead to data that promotes process control and consumer satisfaction. And so there are technologies that measure parameters from subjective components like taste and texture, including moisture, salt, fat, product density, for example. And of course, there are technologies for attributes like weight, dimension, and so forth. But the true breakthrough in food quality management is centered around enforcement at all points along the supply chain to ensure that non-compliant ingredients, manufacturing processes, and finished goods don't end up in the hands of your consumer and customers. The concept behind these technologies is called food safety chain management.
Barbara, could you tell us the key concepts behind safety chain management?
Of course. There are four basic concepts to safety chain management. The first is the ability to receive quality test results in real time and in almost any format from suppliers and even from testing equipment on a production floor. The second concept is that those results are analyzed again in real time. That's the key to internal and customer-driven specifications and also government quality requirements. The third basic concept is around real-time alerting. As we know, fewer than 5% of quality test results will require action. But unfortunately, product often has to be held or reworked because it took too many hours and people to get through all of those mountains of paperwork. With safety chain management, once results are received and analyzed in real time, those perhaps 2 out of 100 non-compliant results are detected, and electronic alerts or notifications are sent to the appropriate people for immediate corrective action. This can be the FSQA manager, a dock manager, the shipping company, the supplier, really anyone who needs to know. And of course, when results pass, COAs can be automated to speed product throughput to the next point in the chain. The fourth concept behind safety chain management is that all of that quality information is then accessible and available. It's time and date stamped. And so you then have a single centralized source of information for trending, vendor performance, and of course everybody's favorite, audits.
Barbara, could you provide us with an example?
Sure. Let's go through a simple example. Imagine a manager is in a field doing a pre-harvest inspection. They can provide attribute information directly to a form on a smart mobile device, such as an iPad or a smartphone, even including digital photos. And they can send that information then in real time to the quality manager. If that manager determines that there are any non-compliant results, they can take immediate corrective action, perhaps to not harvest a section of that field. The same scenario, of course, works on the inbound side. A non-compliant shipment of ingredients, for example, could be stopped before the ship even left port. What does not happen with safety chain management, Heather, is a customer rejection or a withdrawal because finished product was shipped before the problem is found in that mountain paperwork. If you will, think of safety chain management as like a smoke alarm in the cloud. It's alerting the right people at the soonest time possible so that a problem can be fixed before it becomes catastrophic.
And Dan, can you elaborate some more on how these technologies enforce quality at all points in the supply chain?
Sure, of course. Safety chain management solves compliance issues along the entire food supply chain, inbound, during production, and outbound. Here at Safety Chain, our solution is called Safety Chain for Food, and I'll use its modules as example. The inbound compliance module manages supplier documents and specifications, including inbound supplier COAs. The production compliance module manages food quality and safety data, like SBCs, KPIs, and HACCP. The outbound compliance module helps verify that internal or customer finished product specifications are being met, so that internal COAs can be issued for hold and release programs, and external COAs can be issued to customers. Barbara also mentioned audits. We've all seen recent trends in customer and third-party audits, including unannounced audits. Safety Chain for Food helps you measure the right things at the right time so that all audit data is at your fingertips to make you audit ready every day. All records are time and date stamped and can include electronic signatures that are CFR 21 compliant. Records can also, with full security, be accessed via the Internet. Imagine then that you're at a customer site and your customer has a complaint about a suspected quality issue in a recent shipment. You can access the records to demonstrate compliance to the ingredients, manufacturing process, and finished product attributes on-site and in real time, satisfying the customer inquiry without the traditional huge disruption to your staff.
Thanks, Dan. We've covered a lot of ground today on quality compliance technology innovation. Barbara, why don't you wrap up with some overall value propositions of safety chain management?
Thanks, Heather. I'd be happy to. I'd say that there are really 5 key value propositions for the quality community. Of course, as we've been discussing, safety chain management enforces compliance at every point in the supply chain. It significantly reduces the time and errors associated with manual processes. Safety chain management helps prevent withdrawals and rejections. A key value is real-time loss prevention. Loss, for example, of inventory, revenue, customers, consumer confidence, and more. And ultimately, of course, safety chain management helps protect your market value and brand.
Thank you so much, Dan and Barbara, for joining us today. And thanks to our listeners for tuning in. And Barbara, where can our listeners go for more information?
A fabulous resource is to go to the Safety Chain website at www.safetychain.com. There's a lot of information about safety chain management. There are white papers. There are webinars that listeners can register for, and that's an excellent starting point.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a great day.